What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zary from the XMG coming at you on Wednesday night to talk to you a little bit about Dragon Champions. It's been a little bit since I made a Dragon Champions video, and I've been working hard on Buff. He is now gone. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the next legendary event. We're going to talk a little bit about how I think the game is going to progress and what is coming up for this game. And I'm getting a lot of questions, and we're going to get into all of that. But before we do, if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, all that good stuff that goes along with it. Also, if you have not voted for the August poll, the link is in the description down below. So let's get into upcoming Dragon Champions, my thoughts, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so Dragon Champions, I've been really working hard on getting buff. Just got him to gear 11 a couple hours ago. Not even, about an hour ago. And I just started using him in my arena, and we're going to see how that goes. Now, the event is over with, and here's my feedback on the event. A lot of people ask me, what did I feel about it? We have 8 minutes left, so hopefully somebody's getting in last minute, but now, the event was extremely RNG dependent. You could have all gear 11s and do it in one try, and you could have all gear 11s and do it in 50 tries. And it took me a while, and I'm okay with that. But what I didn't care for about the event is how much RNG is based into it. I like a challenge. I want a challenge. I don't want to hit auto and sit down, but I also don't want to wait for the stars to align and that moment for everything to work. And part of that is simply because of Buff. That's his character. His character is heavily RNG dependent, and this was all discussed on the test server chat, and that's why a little reduction to him was made, because he is so heavily RNG dependent that the event itself is based off of him. I mean, that last battle where everybody gets stuck, it's based off of him. And I believe they should have had Kiri in there. A lot of people said, oh, Kiri shouldn't be there. I thought she should. Sadly, it was just heavily RNG dependent. Don't get frustrated. Many people on my Discord, they were talking. Big shout out to my Discord, by the way. We have some good conversations over there. I try to get over there and talk to everybody at least daily and see what's going on. The chat's popping with what should we do here. Good theories out there. Nobody's rude or full of themselves or anything like that, and that's the way it should be. And big shout out to everybody communicating over there and having fun. So if you haven't been there, also links in the description down below, and you can check out some sweet memes by my buddy Cecil. And we have fun at my expense, and I like it. But anyways, back to the event, and I liked how difficult it was. I just wish the difficulty would have been more strategic difficulty than RNG difficulty. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. And, the other thing we're seeing in this game is people are getting bored. I see that a lot. Is I'm running out of stuff to do. I'm bored. I don't know what to do anymore. And I think good things are on the horizon, and I think we just need to go through this. And what we got to remember, Battlegrounds came out. Battlegrounds was supposed to launch, and it was in a beta testing phase, right? Well, they're tearing down all of Battlegrounds and rebuilding it from the ground up. So that's going to take time. So everything kind of got pushed off to the wayside. Now, there's some posts I want to talk about and some reasons that I'm pretty excited about the end of this month and what it's going to bring to this game and how things hopefully will get better for people. And I play the game every day. Sadly, I had a question from Fook that I haven't answered yet on Discord. What happened to the free-to-play series? And my free-to-play series and account sadly has taken a dip. Work's picking up. This is the busy time of year for us. And I log on, I get my energy done for the people, I knock out my dailies, and I'm really not doing much more than that. And that's why you haven't seen much progression in my free-to-play account, because I'm very heavily focused on my main account right now, and with the time I have, trying to make videos and things. But I will get back to that, and we will continue to grow. And I'm still progressing. I'm like 2 shards away from Selena 7 stars, finally. That's been a long grind, but... So we had Battlegrounds, right? Get back to that. I'm kind of rambling tonight. And Battlegrounds had to get rebuilt from the ground up. And I don't think that was in their plans, right? And, you're going to have people, and some of them have valid points, that things could be different if they listen to feedback and more and more and more and more. Listen to what we said, and that's valid to a point. But they still listen to us. They're still fixing things. Now, they've been quiet, and I've had communication with Lizard Breath, and it's because they're trying to get this out for everybody as fast as they possibly can. So she had a post when they talked about revamping the Battlegrounds that they were going to wait until the Battlegrounds season was over with before they launched the new Battlegrounds, right? We have 3 days. 3 days left. In the corner here, 3 days. Exactly 3 days. Right? So am I expecting it to launch on that 4th day? No, I'm not. But that season's going to come to an end. They're not going to start another season, which means we're one step closer to Battlegrounds. And what I'm looking forward to this Battleground is just participation, getting people back excited about the game. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the style that they portrayed, but it's going to be fun. Like, the buff stream was so much fun. I had a blast with people. We were having a good time. And if we can do that while we're doing our Battlegrounds, awesome. Because I really want to start streaming more. I really want to start interacting with the people more and have a reason to do it. And that's a reason for sure. And that's reason one for me why I'm excited is we are 3 days away from the close of this season, which means we're 3 more days closer to the new Battlegrounds. Next thing up is, they talked about T8, and we don't have any information on T8. And I wish there was more information on that, but they're hard at work, and I have the communication to prove it. Another reason to get people engaged. Now, it's not new content, per se, but it is something for us to do. So it is new content. And we don't know what the raid's going to look like. Is it going to be the same bosses? Is the Cult of the Nameless going to be the reward? We don't know. And for me, that's exciting. And I hope, you wait for this to come out. And I would not be shocked if this doesn't come out by the end of this month, early next month. Because if they are just kind of using the same bosses, gearing things up a little harder, putting in new characters, going to be pretty exciting. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out, because Retribution, the guild I'm in, our leader, fantastic leader, and, he launches the raid, and we're lucky if 5 people participate, and I'm guilty as charged. Half the time, I think I fought a battle in a guild raid twice in the last 3 weeks. Because it launches, we burn it down. I mean, it's not a challenge anymore. We need that challenge back into the game, and hopefully T8's going to do that for us. And, when we do find out about it, and I get information on it, and we can try it out, we'll talk about it. We'll make videos and things like that. I want to see that new raid, that pirate raid they teased was super cool. And I tried to find the pictures. I don't know what the hell I did with them. So, because I wanted to show those because it just looks awesome. It reminds me of the Dead Mines from World of Warcraft. Super, super cool stuff. So now that buff is officially over, Mor'Doom is coming back to the game. Mor'Doom requires humans. Everyone's like, well, where's the Solius event? Like, that was the big chat today on my Discord. Where's Solius? Can I do it without Solius? Is he coming back? Do we know what's going on with him? I don't have him 7 stars yet. I need him to come back. It is surprising to me that they were re-releasing Mor'Doom without putting Solius in the middle. This dev team doesn't do things without a plan. Alright? Now, you can say Battlegrounds didn't work out, but they had a plan for Battlegrounds. They had a plan for buff. Everything's pretty systematic. So, I'm assuming there's a plan for Solius. And so if you head over to badc.info, it is an amazing, amazing site. These people do amazing work. for the community, and you could go into the events. Now, when you go into the events, up here at the top, you go to data, you go to events. And you can see when things launch, when they reoccur. And Mor'Doom's coming back for the first time. His event was in April. If you go to Solius, right here, then you go to Solius here, and November 2019. Then he came back in January. Then he was back at the end of March. So kind of inconsistent timetables, but he hasn't been back since March, right? So he came back in March. Mor'Doom was the next month. So you'd think that Solius would be there, but I honestly have to believe there is a reason to why Solius's event hasn't come back yet. I have what I think they're going to do, but I don't know. And if they announced it somewhere, I must have missed it. I did not see anything in the game announcements, you know, from the announcements channel. So Mor'Doom coming back, no Solius. Now, let me tell you, the event is completely doable without Solius. It's going to take a while. It's going to be a lot harder, but it's doable. When we first tested the Mor'Doom event, people ran it with Selena without Solius. Now, there isn't a lead. That was some people's concerns. But remember, when General Murdoch came out, we really didn't have a lead for the demons unless you had a 7-star Shadar, which a lot of people didn't have. And it was doable. So it is doable. So until the event launches and we have no word on Solius, don't panic. It is doable. You continue to gear up your humans as normal. What I did is I obviously had Solius lead. I used Eric Shieldbreaker, Cruel, a little baddie, and Freezard. If you take out Solius and you put in Selena, you lose his leadership. But you don't lose much on heals. The mass heal you still get. She's a very, very powerful single target dealer. And then you got to worry about the RNG from the taunt if she steals the taunt, things like that. But completely doable. But just hold tight and wait and see what they say about the Solius thing. I didn't get a chance to write Lizardbeth to ask about Solius today because work, like I said, has been insane. Yesterday was like a 14-hour day for me. So hold tight on that. Don't freak out. Don't go jump into conclusions. And let's see what is going to happen to this. If not, accept the challenge. Take it on and say you got Mor'Doom without Solius. And what I'm going to do is I am going to make a couple videos about using Gear 11s, Selena, Mor'Doom, all that good stuff. And we'll see how long it actually takes. And if it is doable. But I know for a fact it is. So to wrap this thing up, I am optimistic about this month. I think this month is going to be a really big month for the game. And I might not show it now, but I am exhausted, to be honest with you. Really tired. And I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to play out. I want to see what the Cult of the Nameless is. I want to see T8. I want to see how the new Battlegrounds play out. And we could get possibly all 3 of those this month. And I think it's a good shot. We at least get 2 of them. Or the first week of September, we could get all of them. So I know people are getting bored, but I'm using this time to get my Battleground teams ready. I got buff up. I'm working on Shadar now. I still got to finish my goblins. I got to get Zero out there because I can at least use your leadership. So for me, this is kind of like a little breath, but I understand why people are getting bored. Like for me, I can gear up, I can continue my progression, and I'm not worried about what's coming next. But I understand, again, why people could get bored. But hold tight. Wait and see what the end of this month brings, because I think it's going to bring some really, really good stuff. So that is what I got for everybody tonight. So again, if you're just finding me for the first time, you know I love you. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Join me on my Discord. Stop in. Say hi. Make sure you're voting on the poll. All that good stuff. My XMG family members, you know I love you more than I could ever say in videos. You are the reason I keep doing this when I'm exhausted and when I'm tired, because I love the interaction we have about chats and things like that after my videos. I got a couple comments I got to catch up on. I've been trying to keep up on those as well. Know that I will always respond. It might take me a day, a week. The more comments I get, the more I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. But I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.